on the myth of evidence-based practice in a for-profit healthcare system. I hear many intellectuals praise medical practice as something profoundly scientific for being based on so much research, but this is a horrendous misnomer and a dangerous one. The primary reason why is that research is only funded in terms of investment, and so there's a bias on what research can be completed. So any hypothesis that tries to solve a healthcare riddle that would have no profitable result is effectively banned. Not because it's illegal, but because it would be a sunk cost to the pharmaceutical industry and its findings would conflict against the symptom-treating model of its profitability. So what we have is a healthcare system hyper-focused on research relating to drugs that can be prescribed instead of root causes and permanent cures. This incentivizes asking the question, what is best for business, instead of what is best for creating a healthier society. Now, we still do discover root causes and cures, but they are often not implemented. So if we take the example of circumcision, what we factually know about infant brain development is the first 3 years are wiring the behavioral blueprint of that child's mind, meaning the synapse pathways developed then will be foundational to how the child operates even into adulthood. We also irrefutably know that whether an infant remembers an event or not is entirely irrelevant to how that event shapes the physiology of the brain. So we have known that circumcision rewires the brain to adopt the tendencies of PTSD since the 1990s. So if medical practice in the US is so well researched and evidence-based, then surely circumcision would have been abolished within 20 years of this discovery. But we see a shameful 56% of US infant boys circumcised in 2020. It varies by state, and my home state, Ohio, is at 84%. If a for-profit healthcare system were truly evidence-based, it would not be common practice to literally mutilate and traumatize babies. We wonder why toxic masculinity is such a pervasive problem in our culture, why fathers in Western culture are known to be emotionally distant, why the majority of men have avoidant insecure attachment strategies, why males commit suicide more often and in more violent ways. We wonder why mass shooters are almost always male. Perhaps we should not make one of the earliest experiences in the formation of a newborn's brain to be one so brutal. Infants do not rationalize linguistically. The lessons they learn are visceral and alter their nervous system's approach to survival. So when the lesson we teach over half the boys in our country is, you don't own your body, you are powerless, your caregivers will not protect you, the world is a dangerous place, and humans hurt other humans, what do we expect to happen? Starting an infant's out-of-womb development with severe trauma is not conducive to the idea of raising psychologically well-adjusted boys to become emotionally available men in their families and communities. I wish medical practice legitimately operated under the basis of evidence, but the fact is neuroscience has been holding the keys to guide our evolution to have a more peaceful and civilized culture since the 1980s or earlier, and that evidence has been largely ignored.